On today's Core Vision, I have on very special guest, NFL free agent Jajuan Harley. He joins me. We talk about his football journey from being recruited by Florida State to transferring to playing with the Bills. Great interview with Jajuan. Let's go.
Too complex, much too complex, too complex, too complex.
All right, today is Friday, October 25th, and NFL free agent Jajuan Harley joins me to talk about his football career and his journey to where he got to today. He is an amazing guy. It was a lot of fun talking to Jajuan. Very personal, great interviewee. Just had a lot to share, and it was a lot of fun to be able to talk about his career and learn more about Jajuan. I look forward to getting more NFL and other athletes on the show as well too. It's a lot of fun to reach out and branch out to different athletes, and this was a really fun interview with Juan. I'm looking forward to having him back on the show. But before the interview, let's talk some basketball. So tonight's game was the Houston Rockets versus the Milwaukee Bucks. I watched this game and I thought that first, before we even get into that, Russ and James Harden already started arguing, which was very interesting. But I think they wouldn't be able to do that because they are good friends, and they're able to point out each other's flaws and help each other out. And I think that's just two competitors talking to each other. But it was a very good game. I thought that Houston was actually going to win the game. Both Russ and James looked really good moving the ball very well, and Houston's moving the ball very well in itself and finding the shooters. But Milwaukee and Giannis just look like they have, a whole different level to them and what they were able to do. And Giannis looked like he just carried out another MVP performance with another triple double. They look good. He looks good, and he looks like he's got a little bit of a jump shot going now, which is scary as hell because he's already tough to stop on the drive. So I can't imagine what it's gonna be like with him going forward and as he develops for the season. Last night there was a ton of action in the NBA as well too. We had the Celtics Sixers. The Celtics got the door was blown off of them. They lost by 14. The Philly fans were chanting "Celtics suck." Unfortunately, it was tough to watch. As the Celtics fan, it was tough to watch them lose. But hopefully they're able to bounce back. Philly looks really good. I think they played really well. It's interesting to see them with an old school big lineup like that. That's a lineup that I don't think I've seen that big since Tim Duncan on the Spurs with David Robinson. So it's a really interesting big man lineup they had out there. Ben Simmons didn't shoot a three, so he's shooting 100%. Well, he's not shooting at any percentage right now from three, so he didn't shoot well. He didn't shoot any three-pointers. Other games that we had going on last night as well is Kyrie went off for the Nets, even though they lost in OT to the Timberwolves. He had 50 points. 50 freaking points. This guy played for the Celtics, and he didn't put out as well as that much of a performance for Celtics. It was kind of crazy to see how well he was playing, but he seems like he's just more happier basketball player being over in Brooklyn and playing at home, and must make him feel pretty well. Interesting to see the Timberwolves, how well they did. Karl Anthony Towns had a big game with 36 points as well, 3 blocks, 3 steals. He looked really well. Andrew Wiggins also had a big game with 21 points. I'm interested to see the Timberwolves, how they will play this year. It's a team that I always root for. I always want to see them play to a high level and see how well they do and what they can do going forward. It's a team that I always root for to see that. I would like to see them go to the playoffs, and not be the finals, but I'd like to see them go to the playoffs. It's a team I root for, but I don't know about that team. I don't know if they don't succeed this year. I think it's a team they break up, but we'll see. We shall see what happens. Other action we had going on last night too was the Grizzlies and the Heat. Very good, actually interesting matchup. The Heat won. New face Jimmy Butler was playing for Miami. Actually didn't play. My apologies. He didn't play in that game. But the Heat looked good. Justice Winslow with 27 points. Tyler Hero, I think our rookie of the year this year, which is crazy to say. I didn't think he was going to be this good with 14. He came out and played well. And then John Morant, the other rookie on the other side, also had 14. Jaren Jackson with 17. Memphis should be a fun team to watch in the future. I like the young talent. Big fan of Miami's Tyler Hero. I think he's playing unbelievable. Another game that happened too was the Thunder and Jazz. Very actually very close game, surprisingly, for all the talent that the Jazz has. The Jazz only won by 5. Mitchell with 32 and 12, which is crazy. He looked amazing as always. Conley came in. He had 5 points, in 27 minutes. So I don't know. It should be interesting, but I know Mitchell had a crazy ass dunk in the middle of that game. Um, you know, and the Thunder played well. The young guys of the Thunder played well. I mean, Shea Gilchrist Alexandra, he he played well. He had 26 points. Chris Paul had 22. So they looked really good. And then finally, the other game was the Trailblazers versus Denver, a rematch of the semifinals last year in the NBA playoffs. Djokovic with 20 and 13. This Nuggets team is good. This Nuggets is a young, good team. I think there's a lot of talent for them um, on that team. It would be interesting to see if they end up getting another superstar in the future, but I think they are close to being a championship level team. I think they just need one more guy to complete that piece. And then for the Trailblazers, for them to lose that game, I'm interested to see what happens with them this year. There are that two guard set with Lillard and McCullough, CJ McCollum, which is one of my favorite players. I couldn't even say his name. That's bad. With them playing with each other, it's interesting to see how well they're going to do this year. I'm afraid, I'm not afraid, but I think they might blow it up, that team, because if they don't win or have a good season this year, or by February they're not over 500 or they're too close to 500, that I think they're going to move some pieces to get those guys. And I think it might benefit the Portland Trailblazers. Unfortunately, you don't want to see them break up because those are two guys from mid-major schools who are absolutely NBA studs on the same team. So it's interesting to see what happens, but I don't know. It'd be interesting to be a Portland Trailblazers fan. The Golden State Warriors game is starting now against the Clippers. This should be a really fun one. I'm gonna try to stay up to watch this one. I stayed up late to watch the last one. I paid for it the next day at work, so I'm gonna try to stay up to stay for this one. I should have recorded when this started, but it's all right. You guys will see it. This is a big time game. Kawhi Leonard, I still think, is the best player on the planet right now. Just the way how he has been playing and how he is moving the ball and what he's been able to do. Himself, he just looks so silky smooth, man. I don't know if you guys saw it, but the way he just shoots his mid-range jump shot, it's unbelievable. He's like 100. He shoots like 90% from there. It's crazy, and he shoots up balance too, but it looks like he's unbalanced. He's just so comfortable with whatever he does. Patrick Beverley is absolutely just a stud too. Defensively, this team is good, man. This Clippers team is deep and good. I'm interested to see the Golden State Warriors and how they play, though, with Steph Curry, D'Angelo Russell teaming up. So it should be an interesting time and interesting season for these guys. And, I hope you guys are watching the game and enjoying it. But that is my NBA recap of this week. So we'll see. I will see you guys on Monday. I'm going to leave you with the interview with Jajuan Harley. Awesome interview with Jajuan. A lot of fun. Just an amazing guy with a great heart who's going to go far in his NFL career and professional career. And hopefully the XFL draft, supplement draft is coming up, and hopefully he gets drafted. Big fan of Jajuan and his story and his journey to become what he is today and just who he is as a person. He's just a hard worker. And I hope you guys enjoy this interview. Here's Jajuan.
On today's Core Vision, I welcome on NFL free agent Jajuan Harley. Jajuan, how are you today?
I'm doing great, Jeff. How about yourself, man?
I'm doing really well, man. Thank you very much for coming on. For the listeners, this is our first NFL player to come on, so this is very exciting.
Yes, and first and foremost, I want to thank you for even having me on your show. It's an honor, it's a blessing, and I'm just grateful to be on this. Cannot stop explaining how much I'm grateful I am.
All right. Well, I really appreciate you too, man. I was excited once you got back to me and you said you would come on, and I was very pumped up, and I can't wait to hear your story and how you got into football and where it's brought you into life and how hard you're working now just to get to where you want to be.
Oh yeah, man. And I really hope that whoever's out there listening, I hope it motivate. If it's just one person, I don't care what your dream is. I hope this right here helps you get over the hump and understand that you are possible. Just keep believing and things will go your way.
Yes, that's very true, and you have to believe in that and have good faith in everything. And it sounds like you are a positive person, and I think your story is going to reach out to a lot of kids and a lot of people out there that's listening.
Man, I really hope so. Like I say, I tell people all the time, the purpose of us going through, the struggle and the hard times is bigger than us. And I realize that, and I want to use that to motivate others. And that's the goal today, and I believe it
It is. I believe it. I believe it is going to happen as well too.
can happen.
All right, all right. So my first question is for you. At what age, did you know that football was your sport and you just started to excel in it? Like, what age did that become you're like, this is what I want to do for a living?
Wow. When I tell you, you probably won't believe it. Because it had so many ups and downs. It really did. I was told that at 18 months, I picked up the football, and my dad had to throw the football with me every night, no matter how tired it was and how late it was. He had to throw the football. So with me doing that, and I was the kid at a young age that if I just pick up something, put my mind to it, it'll just come naturally. I was just gifted with that. I didn't understand that. I thought everyone could do it. I always thought that. And so as time went on, football really became like a back burner in a way. I really did enjoy baseball.
Oh,
I
wow.
really enjoyed baseball, man. Yeah, I mean, I had a pitch, man. I was great pitcher.
Really?
But yeah, but in the community I came up in, baseball wasn't something big, so I retired at age 10. So I
Early
retired.
retirement. Early retirement.
Early retirement, man. Early retirement. So
Did they
then,
hang up your jersey? Did they hang up your jersey in the youth league?
no, I wish they did, man. I think that jersey could go for millions right now. Yeah, man, I'm telling you. So, the thing was basketball. I played football. I definitely continue to play football every year, flag football, Pop Warner. Um, but the main thing was after school, we go play basketball. And I really didn't know how to play. I just started watching people, figure out how to shoot, taught myself a lot of things. So it's like I pretty much taught myself, fundamentals of football, So I picked up basketball, and that's what I wanted to do, man. I was dunking at 5'7" into my eighth
Oh,
grade, dunking. Yeah, exactly.
I'm 5'7" now. I can
Exactly.
barely even touch the net.
Well, yeah, man. So I just knew it. I said, man, basketball's gonna be me, man. I had a great summer in AU, and we had playing travel ball. But and then I started realizing, like, I don't think I'm gonna grow tall enough. I really don't think so. So that's when I made a conversion. Say, you know what, football is my ticket to getting a higher education, higher learning, and see the world more. And I would say approximately around 10th grade is when I knew football was going to be it. I continued track, weightlifting, everything, but I knew in 10th grade football was it.
Wow, I think a lot of guys from other stories I've heard a little more from they're more basketball stories. So, um, they usually decide at like a really young middle school or something like that. But 10th grade's like a little bit late in the game, but that's awesome that you knew that's exactly what you want to do and stuck with it. And like, how did you decide on being like a cornerback and a safety end? Did you play other positions in high school?
No, I grew up a quarterback, man. Oh man, I'm telling
Really?
you,
Are you a lefty or a
man.
righty?
I'm a righty, man. But thing is, though, I used to throw up, man. I trained so hard that I said I want to do something different, and I was able to throw 40-yard spirals with my left hand, but I'm a righty.
What?
Seriously, I kid you not. I wish we had social media back then. I wish we did. I kid you not, man.
That's
But yeah, man. I was a quarterback, but thing is, it was like I remember coming in to high school, height thing. Nowadays you could be a 6-foot quarterback and you're not frowned upon. Around that time I was in high school, like 5'10" ish, 5'11" my high school time, and that's frowned upon. You're too short as quarterback, so I had to convert to safety and corner and playing defense. But yeah, I had a cannon, man.
Man, it sounds like you get a cannon with both arms.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, I couldn't throw the ball. I'm a lefty, so I couldn't throw the ball in the ocean with my right. So if I tried, so I can't imagine.
Yeah, man. I was just that guy that, like, just for instance, when I'm training now, I say, whatever I can do forward, I have to do it backwards. So doing basketball, I was shooting with my left when I'm a righty. In football, I was throwing when I was with my left as well as my right. So I just knew if I'm doing one, I have to be able to do the other, and that's always been my mindset.
That's an excellent method. I don't think a lot of people even like go into it like that. I think once they know they're dominant with a certain hand, that they just want to, and they can dominate with that hand. That's pretty like interesting. But to hear you like start that way, that's actually a really smart way to start. I think it throws people off too and makes you ambidextrous and better.
Oh yeah, definitely. I always like to keep my opponent guessing. They never know. They never know what's going on.
Yeah, exactly. That's the best way to do it. All sports are just like chess.
Absolutely, absolutely.
What was it? So now you switched to the defensive side. So what's it like to hit somebody instead of getting hit?
Oh man, I am a very aggressive person in sports. That is how I was brought up. Like I have so many childhood stories, man, because I always want to model myself after my dad. He passed in 2018, 2 days after my birthday. But I always want to model everything he told me that he did. I want to do it 10 times better. That was just me, and that's how he raised me. He wanted me to be whatever I do it better than him. So I remember he was 135 in high school. They get on the football team. He played linebacker at 135, with 5'6", 5'5" at the time.
Oh wow.
And he hit and slammed up the biggest offensive lineman, who was the toughest guy on the team at 275. And that's how he got his reputation. He was a speedster, so he wasn't afraid. So he told me what he did was he got his pads, he took them home. He lived in the country, outside of Tallahassee, Florida, where I'm born and raised in Mississippi. And he used to go hit trees, the oak tree. And I kid you not, when I was 10 years old, I was considered too heavy to play it at a certain weight level at an age that kids are, 10 to 11. I was too heavy. So at 10 years old, I had to mature and play with the guys that was 12, 13, 14 years old. I had to play with those guys. So I'm 10 years old. Exactly, because I was too heavy. I was a little chubby side when I was growing up. I was growing fast. So he said, "Put these pads on. I'm gonna take you to my stomping grounds." And ever since then, he took to the same oak tree. He said, "Don't be afraid. You just run into it. You have pads on." And ever since then, I haven't been afraid to be aggressive on the football field, courts, whatever. I knew anything I put my mind to, I could do it.
Wow, man, that's unbelievable. And especially like your dad, like sounds like a great person. I'm sorry he passed away. Sorry to hear that.
Thank you.
You know, someone that to give you that word of advice and especially that way of training, that's such a football guy move too, to just hit an oak tree, just start attacking an oak tree and to train you that way.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, this guy. You talk about a guy. This is why also the business that I run, the health and fitness business that I run, is run so greatly because this guy was a bodybuilder from 1984 to early 2000. He judged NPC. He still holds records books for Mr. Florida in bodybuilding, top 10 in the world bodybuilding. So he instilled in me, competitiveness, outworking someone, always fighting the person in the mirror to better that person each and every day. So you saying a guy that drilled it and instilled it into me. So that's why you see the person I am. Pretty much the person you meet, you are meeting my dad as well.
That's perfect. I like it. I love it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Oh man. So when your recruiting process, what was that like and how did you decide on Florida State? Like how many other Florida State's a big name school in the ACC, like how many other big name schools that approached you?
It was many. Man. I come from a high school where at one point we didn't have a head coach, and I had to step up in the role of coaching. All the players had to really be coaches at the time. You talking about hosting workouts and practices without coaches. That's the high school type I come from,
Wow.
where also coaches don't really care about your test scores. And you don't know nothing. It's just you think you play ball, get to school, but you got this counsel helping you out, but you really have the coaching that you need. That's where I come from. The things have changed there, and I'm so happy it did. The process was great. I'm a type of guy that I didn't like a lot of attention, and this is funny how I received my first scholarship. So I remember we had workouts that day, and my dad said, I signed you up for a camp. I hated going to camps. I thought it was pointless. He said, you're going to this camp. And that's when I went to Florida State camp, and I ran a 4.340 hand time. And this was in high school. And that's when my name became on the map. It was really there. Florida State offered me. And then after that, I mean, scholarships from everywhere. I just stopped losing count. I still have in my mom's and dad's garage all the scholarships and letters and everything. But the process was pretty tough. I didn't have a high school coach to really advertise. It was all self doing. I didn't like that at all because it hurted my teammates. But what I did was I've been retired. I was trying to get deals. I was telling coach, I'm not gonna say what schools or whatnot, but I was like, hey, if you take me, can you at least get my guy, my best friend, my teammate, can you give him a half a scholarship or academic, he could walk on or something. So that was my recruiting life. At the end of the day, it wasn't about me. It was about hoping that I could get my other teammates some type of scholarship, some type of recognition. And
That's
that's kind of the reason why. Yeah, that's the type of person I am.
yeah, no, I mean, it sounds like that's a great teammate, and I'm sure those guys that you help get those scholarships or put them on notice are super thankful to you to this day. And that's that you're just an A1 teammate and beyond.
Oh man, it just coming from that area, guys, sometimes you have guys on the team that wasn't gonna get a meal, and you want to do what you can to help them. So the money that you have saved up or got for allowance, instead of just spending on myself, I take guys, we go to somewhere to eat some pizza or somewhere to get a meal, something. I'm just that type of person. I just refuse to be selfish. At the end of the day, I always want to spread whatever I have. I want someone else to get a half as well.
Man, that's so nice, and I'm sure a lot of people are super thankful for just for what you did for them back in the day. And I'm sure they'll never forget it, and hopefully they pass down those good deeds as they went on through life as well too.
Oh, so I think so, man. It's all about passing things down and keeping it alive. So I think having a great heart, you pass that down and know it's genuine people out there. No one's always trying to backstab you. I think
Yeah.
we can keep pushing positive things, and the world become a better place.
Oh yeah, definitely. I fully agree. I think once you do something nice, I'm sure someone else feels like, not it feels good, and then they want to make someone else feel that good too. So I feel like passing on. I feel like you touched a lot of hearts with your efforts out where you are from.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. So was Florida State a decision because it was close to home?
uh, yes and no at the same time. When I was in the recruiting process, I look at the board and I'm already second string at strong safety at Rover. I'm like, wow, this
Wow.
cannot be real. And then, I had a buddy, he was at a opposite high school that was, we played the same position and everything. He said, man, when I came in on a visit, I already saw your name there. I said, I'm not going to go there because you already there. What's the point? So I was like, wow, this is serious. So knowing that I'd be able to come in at Rover / strong safety, um, it was a big influence. And then also, with my dad who had health issues, he was an HVAC and he held asbestos at the job and it deteriorated his lungs. So I knew he couldn't travel as much. So I knew, let me try to stay home as long as I can, and be with my family. And those two things played a role into it. So yeah, that's pretty much how my recruiting thing. I shut it down my junior year. I made a verbal commitment, however, but at the same time, it wasn't in stone. So I was still able to, I can check my teammate out. This guy's great. It's a possibility. Can things happen? Things like that.
Wow. So, oh wow. So that's crazy that I mean, it's crazy you shut it down. I mean, it's smart too because family's important and everything. You shut it down by June, but it's still awesome that you're still doing that for your teammates and your friends to have them get checked out. So you're still helping them out. That's still crazy of you.
Yeah, I knew this. I knew this. I'm a type of person. I go into my room. I meditate. Say my prayers. What I have to do, get my energy going. And I do this at an early age. And I said, okay, I know this is school I'm gonna go to. Why linger? Why linger on it? And just go ahead and commit, get it out there, because now you're gonna have scouts saying, "Let me see what this Florida State commitment is about." Fans coming in, let me see what this Florida State commitment is about. Now you got more people paying attention to my teammates. Some people thought it was selfish that I committed early, but my master plan was now you gotta come see this Florida State committer, and now you're gonna check out my other guys because they're gonna shine. More people get to see them, more eyes. That was my whole method in high school. That was my method.
Wow. So I didn't really think it would be like that. Honestly, I felt like after you got, you made your commitment, I feel like maybe I thought guys would either move on or give up or, figure it out. But the fact that it's the opposite and it brings them more attraction to guys who want to see you play. And then they start to know it's your teammates or your friends. That's impressive and very smart on your behalf as well, too. And you're what, a junior at this age? And you know this stuff?
Yeah, yeah.
Damn, man,
Yeah,
you're
man.
business savvy already. You're a business savvy at a young age.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you this. I know it's a little off topic, but let me tell you about this, man. At 10 years old, I was a DJ. I had my own business DJ. At 10 years old, I asked my
Really?
parents. Parents. I said, Mom, Dad, if you guys buy me this equipment, I'll pay you back and interest. I remember that summer, man. I was going so hard, DJing parties for kids, adults. I mean, you name it. And at 10 years old, I had my own business, man, DJing. So I always knew that I would be able to accomplish a lot of things once I put my mind to it.
Yeah, I guess so, man. That's super smart too, as well. To start a DJ business at a young age. And uh, did you get any weddings or anything where people are like, "Why is this 10-year-old kid DJ?"
Well, yeah, yeah. You get that. They're like, oh, man, you don't know the music. And so once it started going and everything, and, they start dancing, and I always, give them that look like, haha, or something like that. And the funny thing is, I used to record like me saying, haha, in the music. So I hit that button, make it say, haha, and I give them a look, and they know what I'm talking about.
That's so awesome. I love it. I love it. Oh man. So I just I don't know, just I wish I started a DJ business at a young age or something. I mowed lawns as a kid.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, so I used to hustle down the street. I used to have a few lawns on my own street. And then my grandmother, she was just she'd spread the word about me.
Hey, that's a great promo. You don't have to pay for that.
Yeah, that's right. I know. Grandma was the toughest customer though too. Grandma wanted things done and done fast.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Yeah. So what was it like going into your freshman year, of going into a big ACC school like Florida State?
Oh man, it was great, but then also it was terrible at the same time. Coming in, I was able to come in to work out with the team at the high school, and the thing is, the time that when we could come check in, whatever, and I'm doing these great numbers, selling workouts, but however, it's sad to say that when an upperclassman sees a underclassman doing great and selling, a little rough under and some guidance. It's sad that you see that person as competition and you don't want to take them under your wing.
Yeah.
And I suffer from that because I didn't know how to take care of my body. I didn't know, about the nutrition, hydration, um, fundamentals, to succeed at this high prestigious level of Division One. And it really hurt me because I suffered from two swollen kidneys and heat stroke.
Really?
I had some really, man. I didn't know about health, take care of my body like that. I didn't know, and I didn't know about the fundamentals and everything. They just saw this kid, doing great things with numbers and everything. No one wanted to say, hey, let me show you the ropes. Let me show you how this thing goes. Let me show you how you can maximize your time in college. I didn't get that. So I'm not bickering over it because without going through those times, going through those patches of life, it wouldn't motivate me to who I am now. And now I can pass this down to others. I can teach others about their health, about their wellness. Young kids about their fundamentals, what's key, what you need to do. So at the end of the day, that's what happened. So it's like terrible things happen, but at the end of the day, it turned out to be great because it turned into who I am today.
Yeah, it molds you as a person, and I mean, it's sad that you didn't have any help from upperclassmen, but like you said, you know, well, everything happens for a reason, and it turns you into the person that you are today.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And I'm sure that the people are getting that, like, getting that information, like, you're passing along your information to these people that you work out with or train. I'm sure they're much appreciated because they're learning something they never knew, and happy to have you take them under their wing.
Yeah, man. Like you said, it's always trickling. I feel like whatever you learn in life is why keep it to yourself? Why take it to the grave? Pass it on. Pass it on. Teach somebody. It's not worth knowing having all type of knowledge, experience, and you not sharing it to the world. So that's always been me. Whatever I learn, I use it, I apply it to life, and I continue to pass it to others so it can be contagious and continue to grow. And that's how it's supposed to be.
It is. It really is. I mean, I think it's supposed to be a good motivation. A good motivational tool too, as well for you going forward. And then but for people to not know how that feel, it's not. A lot of kids don't know the proper way to train, and it's nice to know that there's someone out there that help them out. It's just sad that there's people like that don't want to pass along their knowledge.
Yeah, it is. It is, man. Wow, it really is.
Yeah, it's tough, but I'm sorry to hear that wasn't the best experience while you were there. But do you have any favorite memorable moments while you were there, or do you remember the first time you walked on the field and what that felt like?
Yes, so many great moments. And, I'm not gonna let that dark shadow overtake everything that was learned there. It's two great moments. Two great moments. And this is not just running on the field, making my first collegiate tackle or whatnot. This comes from two arguably one of the greatest coaches to ever coach. And I'm talking about on college, high school, professional, any level you can think of. The first, I remember the first encounterment during my down time in college. Coach Bobby Bowden, getting on his golf cart, and I believe he noticed that I was getting a little down. I was getting down and everything, and he called me over. Now, sometimes he'll call guys by their number. He'll know you by your jersey numbers. My number is 30. But at this particular moment, he said, Harley. And I turned around and said, come over here and take a ride with me. And I'm like, wow, Coach Bobby want to really take me on the ride and talk. And he pulled me to the side. He said, I'm going to tell you one thing. I don't want you to ever get down. He said, some people hit a peak so fast that they can't go no higher. He said, it doesn't matter how long it takes you to get to your peak. As long as you keep going, you'll get there. And he said, don't be discouraged at others reaching their peak fast, because once they hit that peak, that's it. But you, on the other hand, it's a journey, and you'll get there. But it's take time. And I take that into to this day, that people may be already where I want to be, but as long as I stay true to the journey, I know I get there in time. The second time was Coach Mickey Andrews. And Coach Andrews, man, he's a great coach. Oh, man, he's a great, awesome coach. I even told him I wish he could have stayed one more year. My sophomore year, I really truly believe things got a lot different. However, I remember him telling us about our last conversation. He said, Jajuan, if you ever get your health right, you will be one of the greats. And I still hold on to that to this day. That Mickey Andrews, a Hall of Fame coach, told me that once I get my health right, I could be one of the greats, and I will be one of the greats. And it ties back to Coach Bobby. You know, my time is coming. It's her time. They don't just blow smoke up your butt. They tell you the truth, and that just tells me stay hungry, stay focused, stay patient. Great things are probably happen. And those two moments stands out to me in college.
Wow, that's hey, that like hearing those stories is absolutely amazing, and like that's like it gives you goosebumps just like hearing that, just because you're hearing from two legends, and then
Right.
the fact that it still holds true that like you're like like that's those are moments that stick with you for like forever.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I hold them to them. Even in the tough times, it's like holding on to a slippery rope. But I know I'm gonna hold on to this rope because eventually that rope will not be slippery anymore. And I'll be able to get my grip and I'll be able to keep pulling and keep pulling and keep pulling. And while I'm pulling it up, I know I could be able to help others by saying, "Hey, just hold on, I got you." And we just keep pulling each other up.
I love that. I love that. That's great. Yeah, I totally agree. You as long as you have someone else's back and you're holding on and they're holding on with you, you guys got each other.
Exactly, exactly.
So with those experiences and everything, what was your last moment? Why did you transfer to Middle Tennessee State, and like, how did coach take it?
Well, during that time, Coach Fisher, that was his Coach Jimbo Fisher was his
Yeah.
first head coaching year. I don't me and him we have a great relationship. It wasn't for him allowing me to come back to my pro day. I don't think my name will still be allowed to this day. And we'll get to that. However, it's coaching changes, man. Get a new coach come in, Coach Stoops. He want certain guys playing certain positions, so he moved me from one position uh, to linebacker, moved from safety to linebacker
Oh
and
wow.
everything. I really feel like he did it to get me out of his hair, but it's a-okay. Everything happened for a reason, and with him moving me to that position, I took it. I took it like water to a duck, and let it come natural. I let it roll off my back, and I learned the linebacker position. So now you're talking to a guy who took a negative situation and made it positive. So now I have experience playing corner. I have experience playing safety. I have experience playing all three linebackers. So you're talking to a guy who plays 7 positions. How many guys can do that? 7 positions in football. So that caused me to transfer, but however, it helped me with my knowledge, my IQ, my development of the game. And then I transferred to Middle Tennessee. Coach Fisher wanted me to stay, just stick it out. I would have if I would got a redshirt year to put on some good weight for linebacker. But it didn't happen, and you just move on. We didn't burn any bridges. Like I said, Coach Fisher, I still thank him to this day for saying, yeah, come on back for pro day. You're still a Seminole. And that really made me feel good inside.
Oh wow, that's really nice of him to do that, and that's good that you guys don't have any hard feelings. And also, that's amazing that 7 positions. A lot of, like you said, a lot of guys don't know even like 1 or 2 in football. That's crazy.
Yeah, man. I always find a way, and I tell people, find a way to make a negative situation positive. Find some type of positive out of it and use it to your advantage. And that's what I did. I said, I'm going to use it to my advantage because, that's going to help me, especially nowadays. You have to go to these nickel and dime packages, and you're going to need someone who can play linebacker who's a safety or corner. You have to play multiple positions to stay alive in this game that is coming to.
Yeah, that's true. And I mean, you're an all assets on defensive player.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's a great thing. It's an honor to be able to do that, and that's why I teach everyone: be versatile, man. The more you can do, the more you have a chance. The more you have a chance.
That's right. That's very true. That's really on. Like, you can play if you can play more multiple positions or just know another position, you can help someone out or give those reads if you need to.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So, what made you choose Middle Tennessee State?
Well, Coach Rich Stock was Bobby Bowman's quarterback in the '70s. I think it was, I can't remember what year. They had a great, awesome year. So it was kind of like a no thing, one no to another. Also at the time, Florida A&M University, FAMU, head coach now, Coach Willie Simmons, was the offensive coordinator. And we are from basically the same area, just 45 minutes away. He's from Quincy, Florida, I'm from Tallahassee, Florida. And, that also had an influence on it as well. So I chose there. I was told if I waited one semester, I would had I had a chance to go ahead and go into Alabama. Alabama's interested, and Arkansas. However, I tell you, I'm gonna be honest. At this time, I listened to others that have been patient. I could have went to an SEC, two SEC schools, either one. But at that time, I'm thinking, I'm a kid. They are adults. I listen to them. They know what's best, and that's what I'm teaching other youngsters to, follow your heart. Think, have a mind of your own, and that's also helped me become the man I am today by listening to my heart and following my head and going to the direction I feel is best for me.
Yeah, I fully agree. I've had situations, I think, especially after graduating college and trying to figure out what I wanted to do. I feel like I had listened to too many other people and I should have just followed my heart. And now I'm following my heart and listening to it. And it's like, it's such a good thing too that you feel the
Yes, it
same way.
is. Yeah, I mean, wow. Like once you make that step in life, I feel like life slows down. The more you try to please others, the more unhappy you are going to be. My line is, everyone wants to be show loyalty, but I always say self loyalty is the best loyalty. If you can't be loyal to yourself, you can't be loyal to anyone else.
It's true. It's very true. And and like you said, you want to please other people, but the only person you should really be pleasing is yourself. Like and
Right.
like in a full-hearted way. Came out wrong when I said that, but
It's okay. I understand where you're going. I understand.
yeah, like, damn, I mean, it sounded terrible after I left my mouth. So you at Middle Tennessee State, you exploded on the scene. You had 73 tackles.
Yes, yes. And I didn't play. I probably finished 8 games. I know I started 8 games. I'm not sure how many games I finished. It wasn't a lot. I'll tell you that for sure.
Yeah.
I remember, and the reason why, I mean, to this day, man, it's crazy. And I remember in spring, I had an outstanding spring. I won an outstanding spring award. I lost the scene after sitting out um, my year, so it made me a redshirt junior coming in the 2012 season, or whatever. And the thing is that I remember my coach saying, "I'm going to break you. You're going to play like me." And so I'm like, imagine if I had started 12 games. Those numbers will have been outstandingly high. More interceptions than 3, more forced fumbles and fumble recovers, more tackles. But however, the coach wanted to play his style, give me a hard time, and it was really tough, man. I think that was close to my one of my lowest points ever when I was there playing ball.
Really?
Yes, I remember it. First game of the season, my dad almost died. First game, me and him
Yeah.
so close. I felt the impact on the field. I didn't know what was going on. My body was feeling weird, and they tell me they rushed to the hospital, whatever. And I was at the hospital all night with mom. Being strong for her. Always being that rock that he raised me to be when it's time to be. And I go to practice. Of course, I'm not into practice. I'm tired. My mind is everywhere. I'm thinking about my dad. And the coach said, "You should have went home and went to sleep." And I'm like, what's going on. And ever since then, I knew it was gonna be a rough season for me. Um, I used to get told that you are the weak link for the team. Um, uh, it was just so terrible. It's so much negative energy that was shot towards me. I get awards, and they'll tell me or you think you're somebody now. Not saying, hey, congratulations, you won, great job this week, got you a Sun Belt Player of the Week award. But no, it was more like, I'm gonna put you down instead of uplift you. And still to this day, I don't know why I was picked on, but like I say, it made my skin tougher, made me stronger. Uh, like I say, all players that I played with from MT to Florida State, they'll tell you about my work ethic, about my commitment, my passion. It just, for some odd reason, I was the one to get picked on.
That's tough, man, too, especially about your father. The first thing, and to hear then be told that you should have went home and went to bed instead, spend time with your family, which, my model, and I'm sure a lot of other people's models is family first. You got to take
Yes.
care of your family, and that would have set me off right there, and I'm sure it set you off. And that's frustrating too to be such a great player and have these great numbers and all this information, like everything going your way, and then just to be constantly put down. I can only imagine what that does to, someone at the age of, what are you, like 21, 22 at the time?
Yes, man. It was tough, man. I mean, so tough. Like, it made I knew I couldn't come back another year. I just knew it. I had to leave. I had to leave. I said, I want to do this for my family, of course. But I know if I would stay another year, I don't believe I would have. Most likely, I would have just given up or something else. I just know it would have been a bad situation. I knew it. So
Yeah.
I dropped out of school, of course. But the crazy thing is, they didn't know that I went back to school and finished. I finished my degree working on master classes and everything like that. So once we get to the point about the draft, it's gonna get even crazy.
Yeah. So what? So after that, you do enter the NFL draft. I'm assuming, right?
Yes, yes, I said let's do it. I'm the type of guy I will bet on myself, simply because I know the hard work that I put in, the dedication, the sacrifice. So therefore, anytime it's time to bet on myself, I'm going to bet on myself. And that's what I did. I did. And I entered the draft, and that's when I called Coach Fisher, asked him about the pro day. And he allowed me to do it. And I mean, wow, that was an awesome day, man. You're talking about I trained myself, prepared myself for this draft. And I came in laser time when it was raining, slippery. I ran a 4.31 laser and a 4.38 laser, just like that.
That's
You
crazy.
know, still to this day, I'm like, man, wow. And the most beautiful part was it was perfect timing because Xavier Rose, who is the Pro Bowl corner for the Minnesota Vikings, we had pro day together. So it's like my motto, my focus was it's me against you. It's me against you. And that's what it was. And I dominated my performance out dominated his. Mike Mayock knew who I was and started talking about me on NFL Network. And I went from an unknown guy to possibly getting drafted. And as you know, it goes sour.
Oh
It
no.
goes sour. Oh man. I mean, after pro day, I got so many calls, man. I'm like, yes, it's gonna happen. And I was like, well, stick it to this draft, man. I'm going to do this thing. And next thing you know, it didn't. So I did Seattle recommended camp, got myself with there. And then after that, nothing happened. I'm just sitting there. I'm like, wow, what's going on? I'm thinking about giving up. And my dad came in there and busted in my room and he said, get your butt up. We don't give up. We do not give up. We never give up. Look at me. You see me giving up? And you talk about a guy who's walking around with oxygen, has to walk around with oxygen 24/7. If that's not motivating, what's you know,
Yeah,
he
I
got me
know.
going, man.
Seriously.
I mean, he came in there, told me to get dressed. We went to the track, and ever since then, it's been on and popping, man. Still to this day, the same workout that he did, I do it to this day. And we did that. Got San Francisco called, put me on the short list, so I'm getting encouraged. I got a job at Walmart, working in the toy department, making minimum wage. Using my time at Walmart, picking up the weights in the job just to get my strength going, running and on my lunch break. Denver Broncos called for a private workout. With me writing hand letters to them, and then I say, Walmart, I'm out. I'm out. I'm stepping out on faith. I told them, I said, hey, this is my last day. I'm stepping out on faith. I have to go get my dream. Thank you for everything. And I remember like yesterday. And I did that, and I got called my birthday week. Went up to Buffalo, had an outstanding workout, signed with Buffalo, and then Buffalo scouts told me I'd never say his name to keep him anonymous. He said, "We thought you was gonna get drafted, but you was thrown under the bus. We just knew you was gonna be on either on our team or somewhere else, but you was thrown under the bus, and that's why you wasn't drafted."
Wow.
Yes, yes.
Do you know who threw
So
you under the bus?
I do. I'm not gonna say any names.
Okay, all
Uh,
right.
I'll keep it quiet like that. But however, I was thrown on the bus. I was told that I have a low IQ. I was told that he has no work ethic, he has no passion, and things like that. Uh, yes, I have a backbone. I stand for something. I never fall for anything. My work ethic shows, man. You got to think about it. I'm still grinding hard. You check out my website and LinkedIn. You see all these workout videos. Each moment I'm getting better at something. And and for them to say that he dropped out of school, he has a low IQ. Well, we want to talk football IQ. If you pay attention to the Philadelphia Eagles, Coach Jim Schwartz, he has an awesome defense. It's called a 57 defense that he has. And you have to have a strong IQ at safety because you are the quarterback. Just how Peyton Manning check plays, you have to check plays just like him when you see a formation. And I master that defense. I master that defense. I'll explain more about that when we get to the Buffalo Bills information. But yeah, man. So they say my IQ is low. He's a college dropout. At this time, I already went back to school. I'm working on everything, getting my degree. I have my degree now, and it's just crazy, man. But that's exactly what happened.
I'm like sitting here shaking my head because it's like, here's a guy that, he went to the pro day with, at Florida State, and you weren't playing football for a year, but you still impressed and like were being talked in the draft talks. And it's like just surprising me that coaches didn't look past I don't know whoever was bad talking to you, talk about you, didn't look past that and saw the work ethic you put out there and showed out there.
Yeah, yeah. But the thing is, at that time, I'm a diamond in the rough. So a diamond in the rough, uh, had my agent pushing his name. So I'm listening to everything his coach says. His coach must be right. So they're gonna go by that. You
Yeah.
know. And that really hurt it. I really wish that, when we had our conversations, I remember Scout saying, "Man, you're a great guy." I didn't understand what he was saying. I just like, well, hey, that's a compliment. But he must was saying that because of what was said about me,
Yeah.
So it's crazy how things add up later on in life. But hey, I have no hard feelings towards anyone. Like I said, everything is meant to happen the way it happened, and like I said, it made me who I am today.
Yeah, definitely. And you are a great guy. Like you're super personable and like you're a lot of fun to talk to. And I'm really enjoying this interview so far. And it's mind blowing to me that people would just go out of their way to trash someone.
Oh man, and you know what? I am not the only one. There's so many guys that go through this in college. A lot of guys give up. I seen it happen. They just give up. I'm just gonna stay here. I'm not gonna worry about my dream anymore. But it happens everywhere. I mean, from Division 1 to the smallest division that you go to. I think it's NIW. I think I can't remember. But anyways, it happens everywhere, and it's tough. And whoever's listening to this that's going through it or went through it, do not give up. Keep your head up. You have a purpose. Fulfill that purpose.
Yes, definitely. I fully agree. Yeah, you can't give up on your dreams, and I know it's tough if other people say things about you, but you gotta listen to your heart and listen to what you said, earlier.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So, what was it like going into Bills camp and playing for the Bills, and how crazy are the fans out there?
Oh man, the fans are awesome. They are so awesome. I stayed out like when it was time for autographs, especially once my story came out by Walmart and I had a name, but started getting a name for myself. I stayed out there. I don't care how late it was. I was gonna sign every autograph. And whoever listened to this Bills Mafia, they know that was me. I signed everyone who wants to get an autograph. That was just me because I was grateful to be at that prestige stage. The camp was great, man. I tell you what, my mentality there was, wow, I'm here. Like, wow, I'm actually here. and also was like, okay, I deserve to be here. Because man, I'm making all these plays. You talking about a guy who entered camp 7 on the depth chart as safety. 7. That means you don't have a partner to go in with when it's the rotation for what, third string. they have to they have to rotate you in for third string some type of way. So y'all sharing reps. That's how tough it was. But the crazy thing is, I say, you know what? It's not how you start, it's how you finish this thing. That's my mentality. And I grinded, man. I grinded my butt off, and I was able to get to second string. And you had guys who was making all these X amount of dollars. I mean, high dollars. I had the smallest contract in the DB room, the smallest. No signing bonus, nothing. I mean, I'm making the minimum. But you had the guys making millions asking me questions. How do you do this? How do you understand this defense? When you see this, what are you thinking? Picking my brain so they can perform better. So now I'm at second string fighting for first. I just feel like it was bad timing because you got guys that they just signed to be starters. 16.6 million, other than 23.3 million. Do you think they're going to waste their investment and put somebody who's making the absolutely minimum over them?
Yeah.
No. And at that time, I didn't understand the business of the game. I thought it was more best player, but I understand what you invest in, that's who has to be on the field. And that's my learning point. And it helped me also learn more about business. And that's what helps me now as I live life, more business attitude and approach it.
Excuse me. That's smart. It's a smart way to go about it. I mean, yeah, it's tough when you don't really. I think a lot of guys don't really expect it to when they go into it. It's more of a business than it's just the sport itself. And I'd spoken to an NBA player who said the same thing, that like he didn't really understand the business side of it until he started actually like getting more into the league. And he's like, I didn't know how much of a business it was, more than it was just a play.
Right. Yeah. It's things that you learn as you go. And what I do now, I teach it so no one else has to learn as they go. They'll know and know what to expect instead of being sucker punched like I was.
Yeah, exactly. And stuff. And they send you back too, right? And like later back in like the season.
No. When I was released, I kept trying to contact and get back in. But however, when you don't have an agent saying, "Yo, my guy is ready," this and that, it makes it very tough. So what I did was I jumped right into arena ball. You talk to a guy who signed every contract that you sign professionally, and you talking from what, the AFL, the what's that, Arena Football League, the IFL Indoor Football League, the National Arena League, NAL, CFL, Canadian Football. So I signed so many contracts to chase his dream. Well, and that's what I've been doing the entire time, just going and going and going. Because I know something's going to happen. Something is going to happen.
Yeah, something good is going to come your way. Do you think you're going to try out for the XFL?
Yes, I reached out to them as well. Everything's like I'm at this point, man. I'm like, whatever happens is going to happen, and I'm going to do it with a smile, and I'm going to enjoy it because this is my passion, man. I don't see this as getting glory or anything like that. I just see it as helping others. Don't give up. Don't you give up, man. You keep going. You keep going, young lady. Keep going, young man. So at the end of the day, I think I don't know if anyone has done it, but if I say the XFL dude happens to sign me, I mean, how many guys was signed what, NFL, CFL, XFL, AFL, NAL, IFL, all these different contracts in a lifetime.
You might be the first one. You might have every league.
Exactly. So yeah, man. So like I say, I'm always going to find a positive out of any situation.
Yeah, you just get positive vibes all the way through, man. And it sounds like nothing really gets you down, and you always find to spin it like you did playing linebacker. You found a way to spin it into a positive.
Thank you, man. Like I say, I learned this from watching my parents. Like I speak on what my dad went through with the HVAC and Helen asbestos at the job, and then my mom, who married to my dad for 34 years, and he passes. And less than a year later, she's diagnosed with breast cancer, and she
Wow.
beats breast cancer within a year.
Wow.
And I mean, it's instilled in me, man, to find positive out of the negative situation. It's instilled in me to have perseverance. It's instilled in me to have that grit, So I know what's in my DNA. I know it's passed down. So it's like I'm just a grateful guy. So when uh, terrible things come my way, I smile. I smile at adversity because it's not gonna break me. It's gonna make me to who I am supposed to be.
I love it, man. Yeah, and that's the best attitude to have, and I love that you have that grit. And it sounds like you have, you had two amazing parents in your life that help, mold you into the person that you are today, and to take after them.
Oh man, telling you, man. And one more person I have to add in there is my wife. My wife really helped me throughout this whole process. Helped me. When I met her, she really helped me with positive energy. She helped me figure out what's good for me, what's bad. And I tell people all the time, you cannot, a flower cannot grow with weeds around it. And you have to understand who you have around you in your circle, the energy level. Because the universe will not bless you with the things that you desire if you have the wrong crowd around you. So she really opened my spirit to that, my eyes to that, and I'm very grateful for my wife. So my wife, my dad, my mom, like I am grateful. I am so grateful.
It sounds like you have like amazing people in your life, and it's great. It's great that you have that, and you just like it helps that spews that positive as like attitude.
Definitely, man. And, it's a lot of people that are in my same situation, but they do not have the support team that I have, and that's why I'm so grateful for. Because I see guys and ladies grinding for their dream, but I see them in order to tell me like, man, I just no one believes in me. I don't have that circle that says, it's a village and we're gonna help you get there. And it's tough. It's tough, especially in this world that you know the world is full of negative energy, and if you can't find or have someone around you that's positive, it will eat you alive and it will beat you down and make you feel like you are worthless. So, like I said, I'm very grateful for the support team that I have, and I will always um, pay my dues and respects to them.
Yeah, I fully agree with you, man. The same situation. It's nice to have a good group of people around you that always will support you, and I'm glad that you do because talking to you today is it makes me more motivated too to keep grinding and not give up on what I want to do, and and you're just you sound like just like a motivational speaker, and such a positive energy. It's like I want to come down there and hang out with you now. I want to go there.
Hey, come on, man. Come on. Hey, you welcome. You are absolutely welcome.
You might find me out. You might find me down there. Where are you? You're in Florida, right?
Yes, I'm in Tampa, man. Come on down. I'm right in
Have
the
yet,
middle. So if you wanna, yeah,
I
yeah.
have yet to been. I've only been to Florida once in my life, so I have to come back. So I think that might be my next trip.
Oh yeah, man. It'd be great. I mean, think about it. We have amazing beaches. We have amazing theme parks. I mean, there's so many things to do. We have a great countryside on the North Florida end, Central Florida, all the way down. We have the Everglades. We have beaches. I mean, what can you not love about Florida? I'm a Florida man.
That's true. I don't know. I'm up here in New England. I live in Rhode Island, so we have
Okay.
we just had the summer end, so now we're in full fall. It's starting to turn fall, but it's nice. It's nice up here.
Oh yeah, I bet it is, man. I bet it is.
Yeah, it is. It's weird though. The weather changes like crazy. We'll have an 80-degree day tomorrow, and then a 50-degree day the next day. So like, yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely not us.
No, no,
Definitely.
definitely not. I know. That's why I gotta get down to Florida, man. I need the consistency. Oh man,
Yeah.
are you watching any football right now? Are you paying attention to any college games? If you're a college team?
I don't have a favorite team, and I don't have a favorite NFL team as well. However, I do watch, keep my mind sharp. It took a while. This is my best year ever since all this was going down in my life because it was times I couldn't watch college football. I get depressed. It was times I couldn't watch NFL games. I get depressed. But now I embrace it, and I'm like, this is great, man. It's a total different outlook I have now. Like, and at this moment now, I'm teaching my wife how about football now.
Oh, that's
So
awesome.
that's awesome. So now she's not just what's this, what's this, what's going on. So she actually know how to read routes now. She exactly. She knows when it's looking at formations. I taught her looking at certain formations. It'll tell you if it's a pass, if it's a run. You can expect a boot. I mean, she's catching on, man. Watch out.
Oh man, watch out! Yeah, I know. That's for our lady. She's be watching some games out on the bar or something. She's gonna be picking up things before other people do.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys are like, I must be like living like the Romos because Tony Romo always calls a play out before it happens. So you must be doing that all the time.
Yeah, man. And you know what? I have to pay homage to Coach Donnie Henderson. Coach Donnie Henderson was my DB coach at Buffalo Bills. He taught me a lot about football, things that other coaches didn't teach me coming up. He really taught me about, reading certain formations, what to expect, and things of that nature, my fundamentals and everything. He taught me that within months, and I grasped it, and it's like a sponge. I was a sponge to him. Everything he spat out, I soaked it in. And then when I went to the arena, Coach Ditsy Wooten, great coach, he helped me with route recognition. A lot of people think, you're reading just a quarterback. You're not just reading quarterback back there. You're reading routes. So now it's like, oh, it goes back to what I said earlier when I played quarterback. Now I put everything together. So now it's like, I turned to a player that now thinks like a coach. And the thing is, with me not having a lot of miles on my body, no surgeries, no concussions, no severe injuries, anything like that. I'm like an antique car. Like I wasn't popular during my time when I was out, but when you see on antique cars now, everybody turn their head and like, wow, that's me. That's me. A lot of thread on these tires, baby. My engine stay tuned up. I'm oiled up. I'm ready to go. So I feel like I am the best fit for any team right now. And it's just an awesome thing. I know it went off task a little bit, but I just had to spit that out.
Hell yeah, man! You're gonna make it to you. I know you are. You're gonna, no matter where it is, whether it be the NFL, the XFL. I think you got this, man. You're so motivated. Something great's gonna come your way. I can feel it too.
I appreciate it. And you know what? I have to think about my brand, my business that I started. It's called Make Adjustments, Delete Excuses. That's what also motivates me as well.
And what's that?
I
And that's your brand and your business.
Yes, I have my own business. I started that because I was going through, the transitioning of why does this happen to me? Why I'm not getting this phone call? Why? And then I realized, you know what? That's it. No more excuses. You don't point a finger at nobody. You don't blame nobody. You just focus. You make adjustments, delete excuses, and things will happen. And that's why I named my business, Make It to Delete Excuses Incorporated. We're about motivating through health and fitness. We adding branches on there. We have a lot of things coming out. I know personally I'm working on a book that I want to get out soon, but I'm not going to rush it. I mean, we have so many things going on, man. But the brand is Make Adjustments, Delete Excuses Incorporated.
All right. I'll definitely have to look that up. Now, do you guys sell any T-shirts or anything like that?
Yes, we are now selling T-shirts. It's a great T-shirt out. It's called, like I said, think about what I said earlier, turn a negative to a positive. The shirt says, I'm possible. All right, so it's I'm dash possible. Okay, so you cannot spell possible without I am. So on the sleeve, it say I am. The two greatest words in the human dictionary is I am. You are whatever you believe you are. If you are great, you are to say I am great. If you are sad, you are to say I am sad. So that's why I'm coming out with I'm Possible shirts.
I love it. I gotta get one now. I'm gonna buy one.
Oh man, that's great, man. Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, you have my full support. Your business. I will. I'll make sure to buy some gear from you and everything, and promote the hell out of it too.
Awesome, man. Awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited for you, man. It sounds like you got a lot going on for you. Just not football. It sounds like on the business side too. It sounds like here's a kid that started at 10 years old DJing. Now you got your own business.
Oh, definitely, man. Definitely. It's all about, I like to say about sports. The more you can do, more you can do, the more you stay around. But at the end of the day, I always want to be known as, being a human being, a man that helped and served people in a great way. And that's what I always want to do. And our slogan for the business I made, maybe just to delete excuses, is enhancing lives. I always want to help people. I have two great stories I can tell you right now. I remember in pre-K, we had sprinkler time. I said, all right, let's go out, kids. Let's go play in the sprinklers. As a kid playing in some water, that's like the most greatest thing ever.
Yeah, I know. Seriously.
Yeah. But one of my friends, he had a button-up shirt and his collar, he couldn't unbutton the collar. All the kids left and everything, and I'm like, I'm not going out till we get this button loose. So I literally stayed and tried my best to get the button loose, and we missed a little some time down. Files an adult to help us and got that. But I'm always wanting to help others, serve others. Another incident, I remember at a barber shop, I was young, and they had donuts. It's 5 in the morning. They had donuts. So I went in the back, I got the donuts, and I came out with like 4 donuts in my arms. And the barber said, "What you doing with these donuts?" I said, "I want to make sure that I have one, my mom had one, my dad had one, my brother had one." So I'm always that type that wants to serve and help others.
Man, you just have a good heart overall. It sounds like even with just the stuff you did with recruiting for your friends and helping them out, and just hearing those two stories, or especially at a young age like that, you just overall that good heart stayed with you all the way, and your parents did a great job with you.
Thank you, thank you. I really appreciate them. I always honor my mother and father, always.
Yeah, yeah. And they should be. They are very. I'm sure they're very proud of you.
Thank you, thank you.
Oh man, but yeah, I think that's it for me, Juan. I loved your story, dude, and everything about you, and you're such just a positive person. You just like exuberate positivity, even through this phone call. Going through the computer, I can feel all the positive energy coming. Like, it makes me, I was having a bad day today, and I feel a lot better now, to be honest with you.
Oh man, I'm grateful that I'm able to help you. And I always remember, after the storm, it's always sunshine. It's that silver lining. So you just hold on through the storm, hold on, and sunshine be on its way.
Yeah, that's very true. I'm gonna stick with that because I definitely have to believe in that, and I wish you the best of luck, man. You deserve every great thing that comes your way, and I am now your biggest fan, and I am going to be rocking your shirts up here. I'm going to promote the hell out of your business.
Oh man, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I would like to leave with this right here. Um, I know a lot of people feel like life is holding them down, this and that, or somebody's stopping them or holding them. Just always remember that you could keep a good man down, but once you get up, best believe he's gonna get up too. So once they get up off of you, you get up and you keep moving forward and you just keep marching, and everything's gonna happen the way it's supposed to happen. You just gotta keep pushing.
I love it. I love it. I'm sticking with that too. I'm stealing that one. I hope you know that.
And that quote right there, about the holding a good man down, that comes from my granddad, and which passed through him through his granddad. So that's something we keep in the family, and I'm happy to share it with you because you are now family.
Oh, I appreciate that, and you are too, man. And anytime if you find your way up in Rhode Island, you always have a place to stay, or anything that you need, you let me know. Or in the New England area, and and I'll definitely have to make my way down to Tampa, and you're always welcome back on. I'll definitely want you back on.
Thank you, man. It's an honor. Thank you so much, Jeff. Thank you for having me on.
All right, you're welcome, Jajuan. You have a great rest of your night and enjoy, and we'll definitely be talking soon.
All right, have a good one. Peace and blessings.
All right, thanks, you too.
All right, that was my interview with Jajuan Harley. Great interview with Jajuan, a lot of fun. Really enjoyed talking to Jajuan. Next week we have some more interviews lined up for you guys. I haven't decided who's going to be released on Monday, but either way, it will be a good interview. I also will have to say, I think going forward with the college basketball season coming up, we're going to be doing a little more focused on college basketball. And still we'll be covering the NBA, but we'll be doing a little more focused on the college basketball. I'm going to start a pick'em show. Starting, it will be released on actually next week. With the NBA, yeah, with the college basketball season starting on the 5th. So it'll be released next week. With pick'em, big lineup for that season. Going to have a pick'em show where I just talk strictly about college basketball, giving you guys games of the week and sleeper picks of the week and players to keep an eye on. It's something I really wanted to do with this podcast and take it in that direction as well too. But I will have great interviews coming up for you guys during the week as well too. And Wednesday will be the pick'em show, so it will just be me, and hopefully we'll be getting some guests to come on to make some picks with me. And have them talk about their picks and their guys to watch during the week. But it should be a lot of fun, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your weekend, and I'll see you Monday.